Okay, I thought I'd do a short video answering some questions that I've been getting lately. This is a new channel. I started it maybe 6 or 7 weeks ago, and I am a weekday player. I play 1 day a week. I don't travel, and I haven't played on professional teams or anything like that. But I do enjoy the game, and I've played for many years, and hopefully I've learned a few things pitching, and that's why I started the channel, to share it with other guys that are not professionals but want to get better. And that's the fun part of the game, is being able to get out there and be competitive. So that's what this channel is about. So I'm going to answer a few questions, and hopefully it will be helpful to you. This was the first question I got. Could you please do a video on fundamental skills and tips, like steps, basic release, basic grip, finger pressure, etc.? Well, you know, I'm in the middle of a series right now called Slow Pitch Power Pitching, and I made this really for the more advanced pitcher, players that are been pitching for a while, and they wanted to add some new pitches to their repertoire, maybe add a different mindset to the way they pitch by introducing hard throwing to slow pitch softball or hard pitching. But in doing that, I found that it seems like there's a need out there for video instruction for slow pitch pitching that's comprehensive for the beginner. So yes, I am working on that. I'm giving it some thought. We'll probably introduce some things like positional play, because when you're a pitcher, your defensive assignments are different than from any other position on the field. The mindset's a little different when you're a pitcher. So there are a few little things that even if you're a positional player and you can throw strikes, there's a few little things that would help you if you want to pitch on a regular basis, help you be a better pitcher, in addition to the mechanics and being able to throw strikes. The next question is from John Evans. He says, imagine it's going to take a lot of practice to be semi-good at pitching. If you would, I would like to see the basics, hand position on the ball, the release of the ball, for just the basic pitch at first. I want to learn to throw strikes before I try anything fancy. Well, John, this is basically the question I just got from the Shepherd family. And yes, I'm going to work on that on a instruction for basic pitching. But the reason I repeated or answering your question is because of the line you left at the end. It says, I want to learn to throw strikes before I try anything fancy. Now, just a word on throwing strikes. This is one of those cliches where everybody says, throw strikes, throw strikes, throw strikes. Well, yes, that's obvious. That's why I'm not going to OD on throwing strikes, okay? Because throwing strikes, it's just almost like, why are you saying that? Yes, you're going to throw strikes. It's obvious. So, and the problem, and I guess that's okay. If you're starting out as pitching, yes, you want to throw strikes. But that's about all that needs to be said. You know, the first time out on the mound, throw strikes, okay? You got it. You throw strikes. Here's the problem with focusing on strikes too much, especially once you become proficient. If you stay in that strike ball mentality, you're going to lose opportunities to really play the game well from that position. Because there are times when you want that batter to hit something other than a strike. You know, if you're focused on strikes and you're trying to squeeze it in there on a corner or something like that, you know, you might be able to throw a ball that he's going to hit. He's going to try to hit just because the way you've set him up. So what I like to do, and again, this is nothing against starting pitchers, because that's where I would start. Yes, throw strikes, but I would focus more on command and then maybe set up pitches and out pitches. That's the way I would look at it, not balls and strikes so much. But anyway, that's why I mentioned this question, because going forward, it's obvious. I want you to throw strikes. We don't want to walk guys. But at the same time, that's sort of a mindset that's elementary, basic, beginner. You need to move on above that into the mindset of let's get batters out. And sometimes you do that with well-thrown balls instead of strikes, okay? Next question from Matt Perrell. Is there a difference to the underhanded pitch style where the ball rolls off the hand and overhanded style where you show in the videos to make the curves work? Okay. This is talking about a pitch where, you know, most pitchers throw this pitch where the palm is up. Now, I used to throw this pitch years ago. I don't throw it anymore. I haven't thrown it for years. The main reason I don't throw it is because you cannot get the spin rate on that pitch that you can with the backspin pitch or the palm up. The reason is because just the basic mechanics of the pitch. I do explain this in one of my other videos. I think it's Introduction to Power Pitching, video 1. I'm not going to go into it here, but the main reason is you just can't get the spin rate with the palm up. The other reason too is the natural mechanics of the arm. When you extend your arm, it feels more natural, and it is more natural when your palm is down than up. I mean, just stick your arm out and turn your palm up and you'll see what I'm talking about. You feel more stress on your elbow, on your shoulder. Turn your palm down, everything feels much more natural. So it's just, I think because of the natural mechanics of the body and the way the pitch comes out with the spin, it's just better to pitch with the palm down. And there's a lot of other really good reasons to pitch a backspin with the palm down. Again, check out my video, Power Pitching 1, and I think that's where I'm explaining in detail more of those differences. And as far as the question, it says, and to make the curves work, yes, you have to have a good spin rate to get a good breaking pitch. So again, with the palm up, you just can't get that spin rate. With the palm down, you can double or triple the spin rate easily with the palm down, and that's where you're going to get some really good breaking pitches. Okay, next question. I've never tried pitching before this year. What does it mean by a breaking pitch? Sorry, I'm very new. Don't, you know, there are no bad questions. They're just bad answers, and hopefully I can give you a good answer to that question. A breaking pitch is just a pitch that moves left or right. Sometimes it might move down. In baseball, a breaking pitch would be like a slider or curveball. It's a pitch that you expect to be in one place, but it moves laterally or left, like a screwball might move to the right, a slider to the left, a curveball might move down. So a breaking pitch is just a pitch that's moving from the path that you think it's going to take, or the natural path, away because of the curve or the spin on the ball. Next question. I was just throwing a regular pitch, I think, not sure what it's called, with palm up. I don't usually engage my wrist. I've been trying to keep my wrist straight. Is that limiting my power? Okay, now I'm not really sure what prompted the question as far as power, because you know the series I'm doing now, slow pitch power pitching, is really, the power is related to the spin rate. Okay, it's not the speed of the pitch. You can't throw fast. If you throw fast, it's illegal. Okay, it has to have a certain arc on it. Can't go over a certain speed. So when I talk about power pitching, I'm going to talk about putting as much spin on the ball as you possibly can, as your mechanics will allow, as your strength will allow. That's where your power is. So if you're talking about a palm up pitch, you're just not going to get the spin rate. That goes back to the earlier questions. Again, if you want to look at my videos on power pitching, and I believe it's video 2 on the release and the grip and the mechanics, it's there clearly how to throw that pitch with the palm down, backspin, high spin rate, and that's where your power is going. Okay, well anyway, that's a few questions. I have several more, but I'm not going to take the time right now to answer those. Maybe in a couple of weeks I'll do another video. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to put them in the comments, subscribe, and we'll check you out next time.